We are back for the first time in a long time with Civilization 6, and we are playing today with Nikki Nightmare. So we'll probably be chatting about some interesting things. We
If you're okay.
Today, something really interesting has happened, and I suppose it goes back a bit, and this is relative to the greater uh, video game community and what it might mean for gaming in the future. Really interesting story about uh, Bungie in a lawsuit against some software developers that had created some cheating software. So as we play, we're gonna discuss this situation with um, let's see. Nikki Nightmare has more of the details. What is the?
Sorry, I was trying to get my microphone to unmute. We're getting used to a new setup. So the story is that Bungie's been involved with a lawsuit with a company called Aim Junkies, and they're a company that creates cheats, particularly for Destiny 2. And recently, the article talks about how it went to trial in front of a jury, which is really rare. Actually, I don't think it's ever happened before for a case like this. And they, hold on one second. Let me pull up my notes. So this started back in 2021.
Where's the article from?
So there's a couple of articles that I'm going off of. I found an article from GameFile and from Insider Gaming. Those were the two kind of like resources that I found for this. So sorry, I'm going to actually take my turn really quick so that way you guys aren't just staring at a stagnant civilization screen.
So somewhere on the other side of the world in this game, Nikki Nightmare is also building an empire.
Yes. Okay.
Or a civilization.
I discovered a new continent. I discovered America. That's not usually the first continent that I discovered.
Just America? It usually doesn't show up as just America. It's usually
That's what it says. Unless I read it wrong.
No, that's I believe you. That is a rare is a rare occurrence in our games.
I'm gonna start building a scoot. Sorry, give me a minute. I gotta like set all my civics and everything. Oh wait, that's right. You only start discovering Code of Law first because it's like the only one. Okay. Yeah, so the article that I was the first article that came out about this case with Bungie was back in May, and it was uh, from it was posted on GameFile, and it was written by this writer Stephen Totillo. And talks about how Bungie sued Aim Junkies for essentially causing harm to their player base through their cheats and breaking copyright um, by reverse engineering the game and to create the cheat. Uh, and normally, I mean, Bungie and Blizzard and all these other kind of big corporate uh, like production companies, development companies, they tend to um, sue a lot of these like cheat companies and stuff like that, and most of them just kind of pay a settlement fee and go away. Also, I ended my turn. I think I tried to. Oh, it's a different controller than I thought. Sorry, I was used to the Switch controller buttons. Now I ended my turn. My bad. But this is the first cheat software company that has countersued. So Aim Junkies countersued Bungie, saying that they were essentially being steamrolled and like claiming that Bungie was actually like the aggressor, I guess you could say. But Bungie has recorded over 6,000 complaints from players about players using this particular cheat software, and they claim, like, there's a quote from this case that they have put in like millions of dollars to combating cheaters and cheat developers, and like that's not really surprising if you think about how much like cheat defense stuff other companies like even Epic or other developers use. So like that's a lot of money. But sorry, lost my train of thought. I was looking at where my warrior was going. Into the woods.
This actually happened recently with Nintendo in a similar fashion. Different circumstance though, because it's like someone taking whole game files and whatnot. They actually, I believe, are serving jail time.
Whoa.
For this, yeah, Nintendo put them behind bars.
Nintendo specifically.
Well,
they stuck in the mushroom kingdom.
It's pretty wild because I think their last name is Bowser.
Oh, come on. You can't make that stuff up. That's so funny.
This is happening more and more, but in circumstances where it's these companies, these small groups of people creating illegitimate companies that just go into a certain game in order to generate this harmful software that allows for an environment that is pliable from outside sources, I guess you could say. It's not, you can't like keep people safe in that environment. You can't guarantee safety of the users if other people are able to come in and change things without any like, regulation.
Yeah, especially because they're actually like reverse engineering the game to try to find cheats. And this particular cheat that they are talking about would make it so you could see your opponents through walls or just instantly kill them. And like playing any kind of shooter game as we play, Fortnite or any others, it's really frustrating when you're playing and you're trying to actually play well and not rely on things like cheats or other things like that. And then you just get, SOL taken out in like the most ridiculous of ways. It's really irritating. So from a player perspective, it makes sense why a company would want to go after someone who's kind of undermining that player experience.
Absolutely. I don't think that that sort of thing should be allowed. Like if you include it in your game, if you like if you're the developer and you put cheats in your game, that's different than someone hacking a game. And like even if it's just from a PvE perspective, like people use mods in World of Warcraft, for instance. They use add-ons and things to make certain encounters easier, and um, that's sort of one thing. But when those hacks can be used in competitive settings, say like um, then people have add-ons in those competitive settings, and everyone has to have those add-ons, and then it just becomes this stacking competition rather than about how good you can be at the game, but also the technology that you need to. It's another form of gatekeeping,
Absolutely.
really, because then you also have to pay the software company sometimes for some of these things, and they can't guarantee the safety of the software either. If it's hard enough for big gaming companies to stay on top of cheating software, it's an entirely different situation for small time developers. It's not feasible. It doesn't make sense
Well, I think
to.
that there's also this discussion of like, which I think there's a lot of conversation I feel in gaming fan communities around the difference between like digital versus like more uh, disc or cartridge based ownership of games, and like whether or not those are safe or not. But like in like data safety and stuff, and it's a discussion. I think that there's always a risk when you have this digital platform. It's not really the developer's fault if someone is hacking, especially if they're putting efforts in to counterbalance that um, uh, like effort that people are making. Did you settle a city?
I did settle a city, yes.
Ooh, that's awesome. Yeah, I really like this. Not to completely 180 the conversation, but I really like the change in starting setting, going with standard setting instead of um,
Balanced.
legendary. Or
I think,
we went with balanced,
yeah,
right?
I
Right.
think we went with balanced
Gotcha.
in
Gotcha.
this. Whoa, there are geothermal vents down here, like right across from one another.
Yeah,
This
I've
is a
got some up here
wild
too.
area.
Actually, I'm not sure if I'm up
There's
here,
corn.
down here. Corn. I've got corn right here by me too. Oh my gosh, what if we're like right next to each other?
There's an abundance of resources up here. Down here, I
Yeah,
don't
this
know.
map is packed.
Am I north or am I south? I can't see far enough
What's
north or
happening?
south to know where I'm at.
What is direction? What is time? Sorry. Oh, I forgot to finish my turn there. Sorry. Okay, there we go. Right. Yeah, I've got a bunch of coffee near me. I've got corn, fish, dyes, it looks like. Textiles. What is that? Yeah. Oh, I forgot to turn that setting on where I can see what the tiles have. Dyes. Yeah, apparently it's a luxury resource, but it requires irrigation, which is the same one that bananas and other, I think coffee also requires that. Yeah. It's with where you end up with the processing plant thing for it.
There's a bunch of tobacco and crabs south of me. There's some oranges. There's a lot of good stuff around here. Yeah, I think balanced start feels better than the other starts.
I'm just like following the coast up, and there's like patches of really abundant resources, and then like a line of mountains. And I'm a little curious what this terrain is going to end up looking like.
There are um, a lot of resources. It's a little hard to take in because there's a lot even in this small area, and there's 2 city states.
Wow, you already found 2 city states?
Yeah, right
Oh my
next to each
gosh.
other. One is industry and the other is gold.
That's great.
Yeah.
I haven't found anyone else yet, or any other city states.
Elephants.
I have a couple of rivers near me, quite a few resources, quite a few mountains.
Ooh, there's a village. Found a friendly village.
Nice. I kind of left off talking about that case.
Yeah, let's go.
Bungie
Let's go back to
and
that. Yeah.
Aim Junkies. So yeah, so Aim Junkie countersued Bungie, and is trying to claim that they're actually the ones infringing on their, kind of like rights as creators. They are claiming that basically, I mean, to sum it up, basically, it's like it's not against the law to cheat, which, like, that's kind of subjective in my personal opinion. I think there's that might depend upon the context.
Absolutely. I mean, does it though? I mean, against the no, it's
like,
not. But
there's no
there's
technical law against cheating in a video game, technically speaking, but there's like a social, kind of like boo-hoo or like poo-poo. What's the right way to say that? Oh no, I just found barbarians. Barbarians. Oh, I also see the edge of a civilization dotted line. Oh my god, that barbarian outpost just popped up. I was literally on that tile like 2 turns ago.
I mean, like, there's a reason
Sorry.
why there are regulations for against people like using the juice when they're an athletic performer, right?
Yeah, it's
Like,
generally it's frowned upon to use external forces to uh increase your performance, generally speaking. And I think that that's that gray area that they're trying to go within for this lawsuit. But ultimately, it went in front of a jury, and it's the first of its kind to ever go in front of a jury. And honestly, it's pretty rare for a oh, someone in our chat just shared, if you agree to the EULA, it's breach of contract, which is against the law. Chat, what is EULA? I don't know what that.
EULA.
What is that?
The
I feel really dumb.
end user legal agreement. I think
Oh, is it like the
it's
like
like
the
when you
terms and service?
yeah, exactly. It's the terms of service.
Gotcha.
It's the thing like when you boot up World of Warcraft for the very first time, you have to read
Oh,
through that
right.
thing.
You have to agree to, yeah, that's right. It's the terms of service agreement, exactly.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
absolutely right.
and I think that that's probably part of. I didn't read all of Bungie's like defense or not defense. I'm sorry, prosecution argument. But by the way, chat, since you just joined us, which thank you, by the way. But we're talking about a new lawsuit that just came out between Bungie and a cheat software developer, Aim Junkies, and how they normally, when cheat software developers are sued, they tend to just settle and go their separate ways. But in this case, they countersued, claiming that Bungie was actually the um, one infringing upon their right to business, I guess you could say. And it went before a jury for first time ever in a case about um, uh, copyright laws around gaming and cheating in particular. And the Aim Junkies lost. Bungie won the jury that just came out. So it went to trial in May, around May 20th, which, oh my gosh, it is May. That was like a week ago. Yeah, a week ago it went to trial, and then they just decided. The jury decided, I think, yesterday. What? Wait, no, that's Saturday. So Thursday or Friday maybe. And they favored in. They were Bungie won. That it was decided that that Aim Junkies was infringing on copyright by producing that particular cheat, and they were made to pay $63,000, which is majority of the revenue that they made from selling the cheat software. Essentially, it's a pretty small sum comparatively because they literally just lost a case to Bungie about a separate matter literally last year where they owed $4.3 million. So like kind of a drop in the bucket, but also a precedent was set. So interesting. Oh, we discovered a new continent, and it is named Panotia. Panotia. Interesting. And I met a city state, Laventa. I got an envoy there. They are a faith city state. That's pretty cool. Do you have a particular strategy for this? AzedNaught? You just getting established.
I mean, I'm a little distracted by
Oh yeah,
the discussion of this lawsuit because
I know. I keep going back and forth between the game and the lawsuit discussion.
Because it's so interesting. Like it's weird. There have been a lot of gaming lawsuits recently, and I think we're just going to see more and more of these things pop up as time goes on.
I mean, realistically, there's been a lot of tech lawsuits. If you think about the AI discussion and the like data ethics conversation happening around the cloud and AI and stuff, it's pretty. It's a pretty, what the right term is, hot button issue kind of thing of this like establishing of digital standards as we move to a more digital focused kind of, what is that, like the Internet of Things society baseline. All right, what should I build next in my city? I can't build in the other districts yet. I can build a monument or get more. Ooh, I need slingers. Slingers are great.
I was about to say, what kind of units do you have? I'm making a scout first and then a slinger.
I just finished my scoot. My scoot?
With being able to travel on water, I'm going to try and get out and find the little villages.
Noise. I have a barbarian outpost that popped up right in my backyard. So, gonna try to deal with that. Wow, I have amber and geothermal fissures all within my like reach once the city grows. It's pretty crazy.
Wow.
I wonder if this spearsman is going to attack my warrior because like they'd have to unfortify, which would put them in a disadvantage. Oh, I didn't see chat. It's hard to say that creating a problem is to help users break somehow. Okay, like a wireless car key hacker selling their program and claiming it's all or like those the people who put those weird machines on ATMs that steal people's shit and stuff. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, it would be a pretty weird choice to side with the hacking company that they weren't infringing upon player experience and all that. I would say that would be a choice. I mean, it's one of those things that, like, realistically, it wouldn't totally surprise me, but I think it would be a poor social movement. I mean that in like the uh, court of public opinion kind of sense, not in like the social movement, social progress kind of sense. I just found Valinus. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I think so. If I get a Eureka for writing, then I'll get another envoy there. Interesting. I somehow got spawned right next to a thing of diamonds, which realistically I should have set the city on.
Oh, you got diamonds at the start?
I did, but I can't. I have to get mining to build a thing for them because I didn't build the. I should have just built my capital on it, but I spaced that luxury resources can be mined from the beginning if you put a city on it. But anyway,
right now I'm working my way around.
That is a lot of barbarians. Oh boy, why did they just spawn?
Right now I'm working my way around this island because it seems like I have a pretty large island landmass with these two city states that
Nice.
I could build around. And
what two city states did you find?
Singapore and Samarkand.
Okay, then we're probably not near each other. I was wondering if we found the same ones or not. I don't think so. Mine said I was the first person to find them, so. All right, I ended my turn. Do you have a lot of barbarians near you, or have you not found any barbarians yet?
I just found a barbarian stronghold, just one that's north of Singapore. That honestly, if I wait long enough, Singapore will probably take it out, or they'll attack Singapore.
I think that it is possible that these guys could take out my warrior. I'm trying to get my scooch back over there in time to help out, but sometimes early game is a little bit rough. I tried to use the warrior to explore, and I almost always end up putting it in just the tiniest bit of jeopardy, which is like not great. but we'll see.
Yeah, you kind of gotta wait in a mass
Really, attacking across the river? That's a choice.
when you don't have access to the ocean movement.
I mean, so I went with, what's her name? One second.
Whoa.
Wilhelmina of the Dutch Empire. That's the world leader that I chose for my character. Let's see. So I get bonuses around trade routes and stuff like that a little bit later, but I don't get very many bonuses now. But if I build a harbor, when I build harbors, I get culture bombs, which is great. I just have to actually get to the point where I have the resources to build a harbor. So, survive while you can, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Sorry, I was trying to figure out the best way to move with this barbarian cluster fluff.
Whoa, there's some jade down here. Interesting.
So far, amber, diamonds, and like coffee and rice are pretty abundant by me, which is pretty cool.
So anyway, back to what we were talking about.
Oh my gosh, I just fortified this warrior on the edge of this river and just kept fortifying until healed every single turn. And this barbarian warrior just wailed on my warrior and eliminated themselves because of the river defense bonus that the
No, not smart.
fortification gives. Oh, I have to end my turn. I'm sorry. Jeez. I'm like staring at the screen. Why isn't it changing? Ending my turn helps. Oh, man. I really like this island map choice. Which one says the island plates?
When I was like, I was really surprised to find out that there was still like cheating software out there that was sort of like when I was like really little, the Game Genie on the Super Nintendo that was like a separate peripheral that you could attach, and those were fine. Like it didn't seem like Sega or Nintendo had any. I don't know if they tried to stir anything with those, but like they were popular devices, and it didn't seem like there was any.
I mean, I think that maybe that's part of that whole like digital versus physical gaming, right? If you're using a device to get through a game that like, you own the cartridge for and you're just trying to beat it, it's not affecting any other players. It's not an MMO of any kind.
Well,
maybe that is a little bit of a different perspective. I'm not really sure how I feel, like as opposed to like where you're playing PvP and you have the potential of kind of ruining someone else's day, not just making your life easier. Like I think that there's some, some questionable I don't know, ethics maybe around that.
I was surprised to find out that those devices were still a thing that, like, things like the the what is it, the Chrono Zen, I think is what it's called, or Zen mode or something like that, some kind of separate peripheral device. And like the next iteration after the Game Genie was the like the Game Shark that was on the used for um, like PlayStation and PlayStation 2, Dreamcast, and uh, um, I think they may have even had those for the Xbox and GameCube.
Oh, interesting.
All of
I didn't
those
know that.
were fine. You put in a disc. Usually it was that you put in a disc and it would override some of the data on the game itself, allowing you to completely break a, a game. And uh, some of these things were completely cosmetic. Like I remember I had a Game Shark on the Nintendo 64, and one of the exclusive things that I used it for was just changing Link's tunic to black. That was it. That was it. Like I wouldn't
True goth kid at heart.
I wouldn't use it for anything else, but that, like, you also coincidentally it changed the Master Sword's handle to black as well. So like those sorts of things, if it's cosmetic, it's one thing. It doesn't hurt anyone. You're not. Plus, it's an offline game. When it's just you, who cares? Like when we look at Skyrim and all the mods and all the enhancements that the outside community makes, those are brilliant.
I mean, I remember back in the mid aughts when things like jailbreaking iPods and iPod touches and the PlayStation portables and other stuff like that was really popular. A lot of people would try to. I mean, I guess you would technically call it exploit
Yeah.
the features of the device, but I think that most people were doing it in earnest and not attempting to exploit in their favor per se, outside of just their own enjoyment. Um, um, that's a interesting. So chat says, I mean, what real benefit does a console company gain by stopping a cheat device when there was no monetary damage to them from its use back then? Yeah, well, and that's the key thing about copyright infringement stuff, right? Like one of the biggest things that decides whether or not someone infringed upon copyright or trademark or what have you is if they misled audience members or consumers or what have you, into believing that they either A, represented the original company, or B, they profited off a portion of that company's audience members. And so I think, this kind of baseline of like profit is kind of the telling factor of whether or not someone has affected copyright is whether or not they caused a loss of sales or caused a loss of reputation.
Yeah, because it sounds like what these, like, the AIM junkies are like leaning on is like that idea that it's like that, like, they're doing something like this Game Shark or Game Genie thing, but they're not. Like, it's not. I don't know if that's the argument that they're making, but it's like cheating isn't against the law. Of course, it's not against the law, but there are reasons why. Well, technically, in certain avenues, it absolutely is against the law. That's fraud.
Well, and I think that's what this jury decision kind of decided, right? Is that they did cause impact on those audience members.
Yeah.
And I mean, 6,000 complaints that's a lot. That's a significant portion to complain about the same software. Like, you can't ignore that if you're a software company. But I mean, even playing other MMO type or competitive PvP games. I mean, I think Fortnite comes to mind, or other games like that, where cheating is definitely this really big um, issue in some cases, in the sense of like they spend a lot of time and money on anti-cheat programs and teams and what have you, and that's important to keep the game, well, not just fun, but fair. And um, I think that most people who are playing games and not trying to cheat are understanding of the idea that, like, yeah, you don't want to be playing against people who are actively trying to cheat. It's just not fun, if nothing else.
And the thing is, in competitive settings, most of the time the people that are cheating are already good at the game, and they're using all sorts of techniques to try and mask that behavior. And it's hard to see those things happen. I mean, I've been in matches, not competitive matches, but like where out of nowhere you just get taken out, and you watch the person playing and they're just shooting at the air.
Or the gun's going completely in the wrong direction, and you're like, how are you even aiming at me? And like, I understand that there's some perception involved there, but I do think that if people didn't try to exploit systems that were already generous, especially, maybe there would be a little less vitriol. But I mean, questionable actions in audience members is not exactly a foreign concept. I just want this city to produce things faster, because oh, by the way, I settled my capital, Amsterdam, which is pretty cool. And in one turn, I will have slingers, so I'll actually have ranged defense to some extent, which would be cool. Hey, speaking of Fortnite, since you brought it up, what do you think of the new season?
um Wait, hang on.
Oh,
I want to
wait.
read chat before we move on. Move subjects. I want to read chat's comment first, because
Oh yeah, that absolutely. Chat's got some good perspectives. This hanging out with us.
yeah, and so that's why a lot of those companies work very, very hard to make sure that their games are hard, at least very difficult to cheat at. Because although someone is taking advantage of an exploit in the system, it still feels the same way that when you experience a game breaking glitch in a solo game, in an experience like, I think that most recently a lot of people have had some bad experiences with Starfield, for instance, where they've had some absolute game breaking glitches that it's the same feel, in my opinion, when you encounter something where it's like, okay, this is no longer fun. I can't bring myself to continue because it's so bad. And it may not be the fault of the developers, but that you can't get over that feeling. The cat's scratching on her couch. He wants to say hello. Oh no. They might do significant damage to that. I mean, it's 2 scouts.
Do you have barbarians?
Yeah, there are a couple scouts at my...
Oh no. I have a particular like bottleneck by a river right by my capital, so I keep being able to fortify my one warrior and keep um, uh, like they keep attacking me and doing damage to themselves, um, which is helpful for me because then I don't actually have to use my movement to do that. I can just heal each round, and it's just a cycle that just keeps going. Ooh, I got my first set of civics. What are we gonna do?
Okay, I don't quite have enough gold. Next round I will be able to buy a warrior if I need to. My warrior is kind of far away. And I unintentionally put my slinger in a very precarious situation, but that's because there's 2 alerting scouts outside of my city, so...
I can't decide which civic I want to go with. I want to go for production or for gold. It's either God King or urban planning, and I feel generally like I go with urban planning because I feel like that production bonus is much more universal than just one gold, one faith.
Well, if you're going to dip into faith at all for any of those bonuses, even though we're doing a science victory, those faith bonuses can be really helpful.
That's true.
Especially because randomly finding villages that give you faith when you don't really have any use for it or ability to spend it, it really stacks in an annoying way. So I try to do the God King first in order to get at least the first faith bonus to start 75. The religion.
And I've already got 21, so that would go faster that way.
Yeah,
we'll do that, and then we'll switch to urban planning.
It's the only way to get faith really early on when you don't have a way to establish.
And that first Pantheon can do a lot of good bonuses.
Yeah,
that's true.
Oh, they just separated. Split up, gang. they both the scouts just separated.
Mm-hmm.
If I step off here, then...
You step off where?
The tile that I'm standing on. If I step off of the tile I'm standing on, I go into a marsh. I won't be able to move again, but I'll block this scout, and it will force that scout to go north, which it might be doing anyway, because that's where the barbarian outpost is.
You don't do auto explore with your scouts, right?
No.
When I do that, they always end up in really dangerous situations, and I have to save them.
Yeah, because there's suddenly an alert,
why?
like your scout gets attacked, and you're like, wait, what?
Chat says religion always confuses me. In game, it confuses me. I mean, that could apply outside of game too, but yeah, it's an interesting feature to the game. Some civilizations are kind of programmed to lean into it more than others. I think it can be beneficial, especially getting the first Pantheon, and then I've played a couple of games where I've leaned into the like religion building kind of aspect, but it can be tedious. Maybe would be the best way to put it. But
not good.
What?
They have horsemen.
Oh, why are there barbarians coming up from the south? What the fluff? Okay, why is this an aggressive game?
It's It's just gonna be one of those games, I guess. I
Good
guess.
lord. Okay. Well, that's gonna be annoying, but sure. Oh, I think our cat's trying to say hello. Huh.
This is like several scouts worth of, and there's already 2 other scouts. How did this thing spit out so many scouts?
Sometimes the barbarian outposts feel like supercharged.
Oh, there's 2. There's 2 outposts. That's why I didn't notice the first one.
Gotcha.
A promotion for my scout. Discovered a wonder. Pio Pio Tahi. Get these guys out of here. They're attacking Singapore. I'm not too worried about my city, but I am worried for that city state because it's got a it's got a horseman on the farm that I just moved out of sight from.
Chat says barbarians always be sweaty.
I know, right? They push so hard.
They do. They are aggressive, super aggro.
We tried the barbarian clans once, and it crashed our game because every single one of the barbarian camps turned into city states eventually. So at one point, I think we had 40 something city states in our game.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't load anymore.
No, it just stopped at a certain point. Well, and part of it is also because like every single time one of those would turn into a city state, then like all of these other civilizations would try to do trade routes to it and all those different things. So there's all of these extra like connections that stress out the game even more. Alrighty, what are we gonna do here? Yeah. There is a lot of diamonds around here. Wow.
Nice.
think our cat is trying to be. Oh my god, chat. I'm not making that bad of a dad joke. Oh my gosh. I really feel like I should buy another warrior, but everything is happening super slow right now. So I feel like I have plenty of time to move my characters away from the danger. The danger zone.
Danger zone.
The danger zone. Oh, that kind of makes me want to watch Archer.
Oh, I haven't watched Archer in a long time. Since
yeah.
like the Vice season, I think.
Oh yeah, that was the last season I watched.
No, we have barbarian galleys already. Oh
What?
no.
We have galleys already?
Yeah.
That seems unfair. But okay. Sure. I met a representative of the Candy City. I don't know, that always makes me think of that Aaron Carter song from the mid-aughts. I want candy.
The cover? Isn't that a cover song?
What?
Isn't that a cover song? Isn't he covering a song from? Isn't there an earlier?
Probably, but for me, it'll always be the weird Hilary Duff, Lizzie McGuire music video from 2004 or something. Its truest form. Chat says hacks. Barbarians are hacking.
They're hacking the game.
The truest form of Hacker Clan. Ooh, this barbarian outpost is almost gone. The Candy City State is handling that. I don't even need to get involved. When you don't respond to an email long enough that you get the response of, oh, I figured it out. Never mind. Oh, you did it all on your own. Good job. I didn't have to participate.
Oh, that horseman isn't done?
What?
I just clashed with a horseman.
One of the 4 horsemen? Sorry.
And it's like got 1 health left. You can't even see any red in the bar anymore. He's
just living on borrowed time.
Yeah, oh man. He's got 1 last attack left. What a jerk.
Oh, wow. Persistent.
He is. He's jealous. He's jelly of our he wants to also enjoy a game, but if we say the word, he understands what the word means. We can't. Otherwise, he'll freak out. He will. He gets super excited. He's more cat than dog. I mean, more dog than cat. My goodness.
The magic PLAY.
Get this guy out of here. What a nuisance.
Oh, you're a barbarian?
Yeah. Got one of them gone. His horse left him. The word is the bird.
Let's see. Oh, that scoot is still there. We can do this. I can't decide if I want to attack this scoop or not. He's running from a outpost that was destroyed. So, like, why is chat talking about Peter? The bud is the word. Why is the word? Never mind. I don't want to start that discussion.
I feel like if I move my slinger north into those bananas, then the scout's just going to double back around the mountain. So I'm going to just sit right here and see what he does. Oh, wait, I have a feeling. Yes. Another city state. I found another one.
Banana. Okay, sorry. Delayed reaction.
Mohenjo-Daro city state.
Ooh.
They have culture.
Cool.
Wait.
I'm right next to Vilnius, which is a culture city state, but I have to finish doing, what is it, international trade or whatever first before I can actually make a trade route.
Trade routes take so long to establish.
Chat is recommending you fortify your scoot.
Fortify it?
I guess. But if it gets fortified, then it's hard to. I mean, I fortified my scoot next to the barbarian that I.
Oh, I had another movement on my scoot.
Oh, wait a second. Oh, wow. Oh, I got a population. That's why it suddenly changed. I'm like, why is it that I suddenly cannot support my.
Population increase.
Oops. All right, we can manage this. We just need more.
No problem, the world's over.
Well, I'm building a granary right now, so that will help with some of that. I just don't want to take time to build other units until I'm done building some amenities. Because otherwise they get mad and they stop working. Boo. Chat meets new city. Ah, I see you also are a city of culture. aren't all cities of culture? It's just all about what you learn from your experience. I need to mute and go find a charger for my phone.
All right, one moment.
Yay, technology. this outpost keeps spitting out slingers. I have my slinger and warrior in a setup where I just keep taking them out as they feed them down this one tile. So eventually I'm just going to be able to keep upgrading my stuff and getting my warrior and slinger stronger and stronger because they just keep like funneling, because there's a scoot that keeps alerting, and so the outpost keeps spitting out new barbarians, but there's only one spot that they can move at a time, so it's like a little conveyor belt.
That's hilarious. I've met the Greek Empire apparently.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna click on that and
Pericles?
let the cutscene play.
Okay.
Gorgo, Queen of Sparta.
Ooh.
Sparta. This is Sparta. Uh-oh. The scoots are making a break for it.
Runaway scoot.
The last thing I want is that scoot getting either up or down to the... Oh, that barbarian stronghold south is gone.
These city-states are efficient, I will say. Like, you know, we're talking about the barbarians being aggro. The city-states are like on the defensive.
Yeah. That's nice. Quite a landmass down here. Let's see how I'm going to set up. Spread down into this island over here. And up on the other side of Singapore.
This is one of the slowest processes for me when I'm just waiting on some of the longer, higher production things like greenery and other stuff like that to just build and build and build and build and build. Takes forever. I'm going to heal my scoop and then keep exploring. But these city-states took out the...
I just had a... Wait, what? The city-states did what?
The city-state already took out one of the barbarian outposts that were bothering me. So...
That's... Like another one, or just the one that you were...
Oh, I already mentioned that, apparently. Sorry. Yeah, that was just a delayed reaction. It wasn't a second one.
There's a specialty unit that is on the border of my city here, so...
Gotcha.
It's a little... They're mounted archers.
Oh. Interesting.
So the barbarians... The barbarians have specialty units in this iteration of Civ 6.
What was that?
Since they updated the game with the... Even if you don't have the clan,
Gotcha.
like the barbarian like groups and whatnot enabled, so that convert to city states, they still have these specialty units now.
Gotcha. I can't wait till I can get a builder and actually start improving my stuff. I think the first 100 turns is probably the most like I feel like they take the longest because like everything takes forever to build.
Yeah.
Chat says barbarian special units. Gross.
I don't know if those archers can hit me. They might be able to, and they might come across there. But it's better than trying to go and hit them.
Yeah.
This is this is quite a predicament.
What continent are you on?
So Kumari Kandam?
Interesting.
Kumari Kandam?
Huh.
And it borders the continent Oceania.
Gotcha.
That's to my east. And then to my west, I'm moving my scout around. It's still the Kumari Kandam down here.
Gotcha.
It stretches pretty far. Yeah,
I don't think we mentioned what type of map we went with. If you have interest in letting the audience know what we chose.
Yeah, sure. So for those that are interested, the map, this is Island Plates. We're running abundant resources with a balanced start. We also have the climate set to wet, so there are more rainforests and jungles. We're in old worlds, so there are less mountains and volcanoes. And we've set the water level too low, so there is more landmass. So we also are on a huge map size, and we have 24 city states in our game. Eurotoss River.
I end my turn whenever you're.
All right, so this horseman just came up on my warrior, and I think we're just gonna go ahead and attack him. See if that, and it doesn't take him out. Again, we're at the edge of the life of that the brink of eliminating that horseman there. Another barbarian camp on the other side of the ocean from Sparta, the Aegean Sea.
Is that the same horseman that keeps having like one health left?
Yeah, I don't think it's the same one because I think. Oh, my warriors are up for promotion. Yeah, I better promote them before they also get eliminated.
That will heal them. The promotions always heal them.
Plus 10 combat damage while defending against ranged attacks. Okay, cool.
Oh yeah, that's a good bonus. I went with the other one because the barbarians attacking my warrior are predominantly warriors and spearmen. But they do have a couple of slingers that I've fought against as well. It's pretty crazy the variety of units that the barbarians will come up with. It's like as soon as one of the civilizations has made a thing, then suddenly the barbarians can make that thing. Even with like galleys or the whatever the ironclads were, or any of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it really
Ooh,
is.
I get my first Pantheon.
A nuisance. They're really. You just don't want them around anymore. There's like scabies.
Man, there are so many Pantheon options. I have to like read so many of these things, figure out which one I want to go with.
Oh, you got your first Pantheon
I
already?
did.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Hmm. So many of these are faith-based bonuses, which makes sense, but I think I'd rather focus on production bonuses. Usually I go with God of the Sea or um, the which one is it? Wow, so many bonuses. Oh, the city patron, 25% production towards districts in cities without a specialty district. So it helps you get your first specialty district established in new cities.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good. However, ooh, this is also a good one. River Goddess, +2 amenities and +2 housing to cities that have a holy site district adjacent to a river. 2 housing, 2 amenities can be really helpful. So hard to decide. I think we're going to go with production towards districts in cities without a specialty district because that helps us establish new cities.
It's a great strategy.
All right. We have a Pantheon. Cool. And an era score. And I boosted mysticism. Cool. All right, I finally finished my turn. That one took quite a while.
We were just talking earlier. I think like if we had a dual screen setup, it would be so much better
Goals.
for
Definite goals.
that's true, because like being able to see what Nikki's doing.
Yeah, I would love that. One
while
day
we play. It'll be just looking at my screen, not doing anything. While you're over deciding, it would be more interesting to, even if we could switch to your screen.
Oh yeah.
Press a button and switch to your screen. That would be great, but we need more equipment for that. We're not there yet.
That's a funny quote. Does anyone in the chat know what that's from? Are you picking research?
I just did.
Cool.
Going with archery.
I'm researching mining right now, and then I think that I'm going to do the animal husbandry, and then I should be able to build a builder once I'm done with this granary and start improving my land.
Right on. That was like, I think we ended our turn at the same time.
My turns are very short right now because I am not moving anything around. I'm just waiting for my granary to get finished building. Excluding when I pick pantheons or civics, obviously.
Sure.
I think next round I get to pick a new research. I'm going to finish mining.
I mean, those are absolutely the hardest things to decide because they last so long. Gorgo has sent me a warning.
For what?
Why is she accusing me of avoiding?
What?
She said you're avoiding bloodshed or something. You're a coward for avoiding, and it's like, why?
What does that even mean?
I don't know, because
why are you mad, lady?
Yeah, why are you?
You're mad because we took a pacifist route.
I mean, I'm fighting the barbarians.
You didn't even take pacifist route. You're like, I'm literally doing the thing. What else do you want from me? Fight your own fights. Sometimes these AIs are kind of demanding.
Yeah. Let's just step back here. We're not gonna let them fight on the river there. We'll let them try to cross, and then we'll hit them from both sides.
I wonder how much it is to just buy a builder this early on. I think it's like 700 something. 600. Oh, very close. Like drain my 22 turns or 600 gold.
Drain the royal coffers.
Yeah, that exactly. Can't do that. Leave those coffers with something.
Oh, they did it. They did it. They done did it.
What did they do?
These barbarian horse archers just crossed the river into the spider's nest.
My Scoot just got a promotion.
They fell for my trap.
It's a trap.
Oh, another village. A friendly village. A goody hut.
A goody hut? Is that what you just called that?
Yeah.
Oh my god. That's funny.
I could hit that guy there. Or back up and I let him cross. And we hit him again with the 1-2. I'm not fortifying the slingers there because they don't need to be fortified. They can just sit there. There's not any enemy that I could really hit them next turn. Even if those horsemen cross the river, they also then have to go in. They have to have a step into the woods to actually make the full attack. They have to wait an extra turn. And I don't think that the enemy units can actually see the units sitting in those forests on the other side of the river. I think they look invisible because, like, if you were the enemy unit looking down there, it would be obscured. So I think it's like the perfect, it's the perfect trail. Every time they fall for it, every time. Oh no, I didn't mean to move that unit. Oh well.
I can finally start exploring again. Now I'm past some of the barbarian stuff. Also, I got a promotion on the Scoot, so now I move a little bit faster in hills, which is helpful around where I'm at. There is a lot of hills and mountains for having picked a old world.
That's really weird because I have so many forests and jungles around on the islands around me.
I have that too. It's just forests and jungles surrounded by mountains.
Those barbarians just attacked the slingers, and the slingers just eliminated them with a fury.
Yeah.
Can see through woods and jungle? Or can move after attacking? I think seeing through woods and jungle. The wild jackets. Randomized. The fighting eyes. The celestial watch.
Are you naming your...
The Queen's Pathfinders.
Wow.
The Armored Wanderers.
Some of the randomized names are pretty funny.
The Mountain Boys was one.
Oh boy.
The Stone Scouts. The Sea Watch. The 10 Outlaws. That there's one guy.
It's pretty funny.
The old watch. We'll do that one. That's funny. The old watch.
What's the group in Game of Thrones? Is it the Night Watch? The ones who have to watch the wall?
Yeah.
The Night Watch, right?
Ooh. I've got a settler and nothing I can attach to. And I'm taking a huge risk in settling right on. Oh, should I settle there? I see where I could settle that wouldn't be too detrimental. But then I don't think that those cities would connect. So 2, 3, 4. Well, they still might connect actually. If I went down further, they would not, absolutely not connect. So we'll do here, yeah. Let's take it slow. And if an enemy unit shows up, then I'll back out.
I just
There, nothing.
got a foreign trade. I just got foreign trade.
Wow, you got foreign trade already?
Mm-hmm. Oh, more barbarians. Of course, more barbarians. Jeez. Oh, I gotta pick new civics. Well, I don't have to, but I can if I want to. All right, switch back to urban planning where I get the production boost. Awesome. That way I can get that stupid builder faster.
Builder, faster.
Yes, exactly. I just want to upgrade my tiles so that way I can have a little bit more of a sustainable city and I can actually build another settler so I can build another city. Great.
Sustainability. That sounds like a Schoolhouse Rock video.
Or like a Miss Frizzle musical. I think that's everything I can do. I still only have 3 units. So there's a lot of like moving one space at a time and then waiting. And then moving and then waiting.
Oh no.
Name it Bob. That's what the chat says. Like Bob the Builder. I don't think you can name the builders, though. That's pretty funny. That would be a pretty entertaining feature. I don't think you can even name your own units. You can only do the randomized name thing.
Wait, can I hit this barbarian with my slinger? It's not much. He's throwing rocks at their ship.
A well-placed rock can do a lot of damage.
The right circumstance.
I just found Anshin, the city-state. It's a science city-state.
So one more turn and we establish, because if I build here, this will flood. And this one over here is just as good.
I'm going to be able to start a trade route next turn.
Wow.
Name the scout Dora. Dora the Explorer. That's pretty funny. Should I make a trade route with the city-state that does science or culture? Ooh, the science one gives me an envoy. That's good. We'll do that. Cool. I boosted currency and I got an envoy. It's always fun.
That's always nice.
And yep. I found tundra. I must be near the bottom of the map.
I got my boats pillaged by...
Oh no! That's never fun.
They'll be fine. They'll be fine.
Wow. Tundra coffee is kind of a pretty crazy concept. I didn't think coffee beans could grow near the tundra, but...
Wonder what those coffee beans would taste like.
I would love to know. That would be pretty crazy. Started building a builder. I'm building a builder. And bought a trader. So now I can have some extra gold coming in.
Chat says to name the scout Dora. The next scout that we have the ability to name, we will. We'll name it. We'll name the scout Dora. Absolutely.
Where do you think cold brew comes from? That's pretty funny. For the tundra beans.
That is
cold
funny.
Cured. That's really funny.
Wow.
I'm hoping that I can have a little bit of like a boom in production after finishing up this builder. Because I can create a mine for the diamonds, and on this Uh, oh, that requires sailing to make fishing boats. What do I need to get sailing?
Quite a few things.
Actually, sailing is the very first one. It's only 23 turns. I'll
Oh
get that
yeah,
next.
after pottery, yeah, it's the.
I think shipbuilding might have been what you were thinking of. Then so for sailing you get the galley and the fishing boats.
Craftsmanship.
What?
I discovered craftsmanship.
Nice. Scoot's getting pretty far out.
Oh, honey.
You found honey?
There's a
pretty cool.
tiny little island that all that's on it is honey.
Wow. It's pretty interesting. Just this little hive and a garden. Sometimes I wonder how weird it would be to like create a fictional story in a civilization world, because there's some pretty crazy intricacies on these tiles when you zoom real close. Oh my god, that's funny. I'm going to try to see how far I am from the edge of the map and then work my way back up. This island plate that I'm on is extremely like long to south. So it's kind of interesting. There's a lot of amber down here.
Oh, you got a bunch of amber? That's great.
Yeah, it's quite a bit of amber around here.
I bet that's helping your culture.
I mean, none of it's right up against my borders. I think I might be able to take out this barbarian outpost. Let's see. Yeah. Barbarian outpost out.
Oh. I was startled there for a moment. I got a notification that barbarians were approaching my new city, and it's just a galley.
Oh, just a galley.
It's just
no big deal.
It's no big deal. It's just a galley. Well, they can't attack my city, right?
That's true.
They'd have to sail all the way around if they wanted to directly attack my city.
Gotcha.
But they're at the border. Chat's being funny tonight.
Yeah, I saw that, the Moana joke.
Ew, oh no.
Wow, this landmass is a lot larger than I thought it was. That's pretty crazy.
I'm gonna let the city state deal with those horsemen there and get my warrior out of there somehow. Because there
Run
were still
away.
like several horsemen up north.
Nice.
And I'm next to a scout.
Barbarian scout?
Yeah, but the strongholds are gone.
Gotcha.
The strongholds got taken out.
Ooh, I found a friendly city.
Ooh, I can upgrade this guy to an archer.
Village.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have archery? Nice.
Yeah, I just unlocked archery. My science
Very
is
cool.
going pretty quick.
What's your science at?
It's only at 5.4.
Okay, I'm at 4. That's pretty cool.
But what is
4 per
your
turn.
culture at?
4.5.
Mine's at 3.4.
Gotcha. Part of that is one of the bonuses of this particular leader, Wilhelmina of the Dutch Empire. She gets a culture bonus and a gold bonus from trading. That's why I went for the foreign trade so fast.
Gotcha.
Because that's where her bonuses lie. And you get a special Renaissance unit that replaces the frigate.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
very interesting.
It's unique to the Dutch Empire, or what is it? Dutch. Yeah, Dutch Empire. It's Wilhelmina is the name of the leader. But I like the bonuses so far. I have a trade route going, and I get 2 culture and I think 1 or 2 gold from that.
I finally
Chat. Are there 4 horsemen? Specifically. But are they the 4 horsemen? We are 4 horsemen, but are we the 4 horsemen? Maybe. Oh, I think I got an envoy from this little village.
Oh, nice.
Ooh,
That's
if I
find.
put this envoy into Anshin, then I can be the suzerain of the science city state. Can do that. Yeah, extra bonuses. Woo.
Do you have any other suzerainships yet?
Nope, that's my first one.
Ooh,
Do you?
nice.
How many do you have?
I don't have one yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that was 3 era score. Oh, I discovered Crater Lake. That's fun.
That's cool.
I got 3 era score for finding Crater Lake, and then 2 era score for being the suzerain. I boosted astrology because I found a was it Great Wonder? Gold Wonder? Whatever. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
All right, 1 more turn and I get another population, which means it's probably going to yell at me to make more food. Food or amenities, which is it going to be that they're going to be mad about?
I know, the juggle between the resources.
Well, and it's like there's 2 people in my civilization, and I don't even have a builder made yet, and yet they're mad at me. Actually, that's not true. Not this time. I have a pretty good starting area. I just had to make sure that my the actual population units, like when you go into the city details, that they were put on the right tiles. So that way they would actually produce the right amount of stuff. I found the bottom of the map. I'm pretty close to the bottom of the map, actually. Well, I'm actually closer to the middle of the map, but I'm within scooting difference.
Within scooting?
Scouting different distance. Scooting difference. I keep saying difference instead of distance. Oh my god. My brain. Oh, I need to end my turn. That's why it's not changing. I'm like, why is this not updating? Wow. The ADHD is strong today.
Yeah, I.
Mood, right?
Yeah, right.
All right, I finally got my slingers back into my capital to protect the lands. Wow, there's just a whole bunch of ice and snow down here. Just nothing. Usually they put like copper or something on some of these tiles, but this time it's just snow. Just flat snow.
Snow, ice, and nothing.
Boo.
Not worth building on.
I mean, probably worth building on in the sense of like you could make some good districts on snow tundra stuff, but the problem is like balancing your production with your resources that actually keep your population from screaming at you.
Yeah.
um, I'm concerned about not having my I want to keep the slingers in my capital, but I'm worried about bringing the warriors too close, because I know that if there isn't visibility, then the stupid barbarians will just pop up. I will pop a book from hell. Sorry, that's actually a Gilmore Girls quote. My apologies, but also not sorry.
Wait, Gorgo sent me another message.
Oh man, is this one a nice one, or is she mad at you again?
I don't know. Let's find out. Hang on.
To be determined.
Oh, wow, burn. It is better that you lack ambition to claim land, because I believe you lack the acumen to rule what you would take.
Wow, sassy. How many cities do you have?
2.
Yeah, you probably have more cities than she does. She probably just jelly.
I think that they view the spreading cities apart as like,
Oh, if the borders don't match up.
yeah, like
But
you're not doing the right thing.
okay, AI, jeez. That's funny.
Another village.
Ooh, cool. 2 more turns and I get a builder and I can finally upgrade my stuff. Get off the Xbox, you furry beast. Sorry, my cat is attacking my Xbox. Just because it's warm doesn't mean you need to sit there.
All right, I think we're gonna close out here. Save the game. Actually, yeah. Speaking of, let me just save the game real quick.
We've had a bad track record with game saves in Civilization sometimes, so oh, can never be too cautious.
Wait, what round are we on? Turn 80. Okay, great. Yeah, it's saved. Yeah, we've had some issues with save files in this game. They can get kind of wonky.
Wow,
Yeah, now
what
that
a
we
comment to end on, chat. Jeez,
wow, what was that? You see that
something about
animation?
hostage takeover by cats. I don't know. I'm confused by that comment, so I'm just gonna not derail us from ending the stream.
Now that we have, so we have a pair of microphones that we've added to our uh, technology so that we can actually stream Civilization, and you can hear us both because the previous microphone does not work in a tandem setting like this. This is a better, clearer stream for everyone and more enjoyable because then we can talk about things and it's actually clear what we're saying. It wasn't as abundantly clear what we were talking about. Um, a lot of background noise that got caught in that microphone because we just had to turn up the gain in order to catch both of our voices from where we were playing.
So now we'll be able to play more consistently, and you guys can tune in on a more regular basis.
Yeah, we're gonna make Civilization Sunday a thing
Woohoo!
in the future. So if y'all enjoyed this stream, please give it a like, and if you haven't done so yet, subscribe so you can find us again and join our stream next Sunday too for Civilization Sunday, where we'll talk about um, gaming and entertainment news and just general things and play Civilization.
Yeah, we love the company. Thank you so much for hanging out.
And have a wonderful day.
Good night.